unseat President Erdogan. Now, soldiers and tanks took to the streets, and explosions ripped through the capital Ankara in the country's largest city, Istanbul. Turkish fighter jets even dropped bombs on their own parliament. As news of the coup attempt spread over the internet, many civilians, armed with nothing more than kitchen utensils, gathered in the streets to oppose it. However, backed by loyalist members of the army and police force, it took only a few hours for the government to defeat the rebels. The Turkish government puts the blame for the insurrection at the hands of Fethullah Gulen, a Turkish businessman who has lived in exile in the United States since 1999 and was once a strong ally of Erdogan. Now, to get more insights, we're joined by Mr. Ahmed Alburai, who is a lecturer at Istanbul Adin University. Thank you for joining us, sir. Now, Turkey's political balance and structure has changed dramatically since last year's failed coup. What do you make of what's happened since then, and how do you address the current situation?
Here in Turkey, it is believed that what happened after the coup attempt, Erdogan and his government is more empowered to take more pure decisions away from the deception of some of these elements, the army and the police and in the whole system of the government. After the coup attempt, Erdogan and his government started a complete purge of these elements. Almost 150,000 civil servants, police officers, and people working in the army, generals, officers, and in the judiciary have been dismissed. After this purge, Turkey has become more empowered. It is believed here in Turkey that to take more proactive policies, mainly in the foreign policy towards Syria and Iraq. And the Euphrates Shield immediately started after this coup attempt. Turkey was more able to take more bold measures in the region in addition to its soft power. So there was a dramatic change in the trajectory of the foreign policy of Turkey after the coup attempt, you can say.
And how likely and what will it take for the extradition of Fethullah Gulen to happen, as the government has demanded so?
The United States doesn't understand the sensitivity of the issue of the extradition. Here in Turkey, there is no single doubt that Fethullah Gulen was the mastermind who orchestrated the coup attempt. But having said that, on the other hand, the United States believe that the officials here in Ankara do not understand the detailed requirements of an extradition process to happen. It is a long process. Ankara needs to provide the United States with proof and evidence, unequivocal evidence, that he, the the cleric who is living in self-imposed exile in Pennsylvania, he's the one who was responsible and in charge of the whole coup attempt. But on the other hand, again, Ankara, that the same as Washington didn't tolerate and stand Moscow offering Edward Snowden, an asylum. Ankara, on the same scale, doesn't expect the United States to offer a man who wreaked havoc in the whole country, who attempted a coup here in Turkey, who hijacked the whole democratic system to have a safe haven in the United States. That's why this is going to be a very contentious point in the relations between Ankara and Washington.
All right, thank you so much for your insight, sir. Now, the support rate for Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has plunged to